Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. This video, I'll be reviewing X-Men #1 by from Marvel Comics, written by Gerry Duggan, illustrated by Pepe Larraz, colored by Marte Garcia, and letters by Clayton Cowles. This book introduces the new X-Men roster that was debuted during the Hellfire Gala. So we can see here we have Synch, Rogue, Polaris, Sunfire, Marvel Girl, Cyclops, and Wolverine Laura Kinney. So this is a book that the creative team is the same team that just recently did the one-shot Planet-Size X-Men. Now, if you haven't read that, there might be a few tiny spoilers in this review, but I really recommend it. It's a really good book. You really get your bang for your buck there. Also, this team is firing on all cylinders, and I'll get to that when I kind of talk a little bit more about the writing and the art. But let me tell you a little bit about this book. So this book introduces a new villain, or actually a couple new enemies of the team that have grand designs of their own, including a new mad scientist kind of who has now been the mutants now have his attention because of what they have done in Planet-Size X-Men, which includes colonizing Mars. Also, we are introduced to this other group. I'll just say that. I'll really keep it loose. I don't want to spoil anything because it is kind of a reveal at the end. We're introduced to this other group that has an interest on planet Earth, and the X-Men seem to be on the way. So I will say that. So let's start with the story because we also relocate the X-Men team is relocated to New York. Here we have Cyclops talking to reporter Ben Ulrich. I never know when Ulrich is dead and when he's alive, but I'm glad he's in this book. I will say Gerry Duggan really captures the voices that we have come to see in the X-Men, especially Scott, particularly Scott in this case, because even though all the X-Men they're pretty civil and obviously forthcoming because they want to have good relationships with humans, like there's still a little like a Scott still can sound a little condescending when talking to humans, especially like in the scene with the reporter. So I think that's a little bit of that spice that I really enjoy. But the story's great. The X-Men are back in New York in this new I'll just call this new headquarters that they built. I'll let you experience that on your own, what it looks like. And it's really cool. Like I will say as well, I think Pepe Larraz, and I'll show the cover again. I think Pepe Larraz and Marte Garcia are the team that will define the X-Men, like the art team that will define the X-Men going forward. From the beginning of House of X and Powers of 10, I think they've reintroduced us to what the X-Men and the aesthetic will be for this generation of X-Men readers. And I love it. I love the art. It's amazing. The colors are also great. Here we have this new villain kind of like getting the lowdown of what's happening in Mars and how they kind of beat him to the punch. So it's really great. The colors are amazing and all these flashbacks, like they really help you see when the flashbacks are happening. And they color the villain in a sinister shade, which it really feels kind of daunting. Like as you read the book, and you know, hopefully you're reading this after my review or before coming to check this out. But yeah, this book is a perfect reintroduction because I think one of the big complaints, and if you watch the podcast, one of my co-host Cowles complains is that the X-Men are off in Krakoa doing their own thing, whatever. But this puts them back in New York, and I think this may be a step back into what some of the X-Men readers want to see, where we can still have Krakoa and Mars and planet Araco now, but we also have stuff happening in New York. I love this panel of Rogue, kind of checking out the threat for the issue. So yeah, I think this book will please a lot of X-Men readers. It's a perfect opening or a perfect entry point for anyone that hasn't been reading X-Men. I would recommend maybe just reading this and maybe Planet Size X-Men because it's done by the same team. So I could even call Planet Size X-Men like X-Men number 0, but you don't have to read it. But I would recommend it just because it's so good. But yeah, this issue is fantastic. As you guys know from the live shows, I'm reading everything X-Men anyways, but I really wanted to review this to try to introduce this to new readers and recommend it. So this book gets a 5 out of 5. This is a like top tier comic book making in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. Let us know in the comments if you picked this up, if you liked it. What variant did you get? I only picked this one up right now. I may get some more over the weekend, but I'm trying to cut down on buying so many variants, especially when these books can be $4.99, $5.99, or $6.99, depending on the number of pages. But this is a perfect opening point for you to jump in now into this new continuity of X-Men. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, ring the little bell so you can hear when we're doing live stuff and all that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.